What if your funeral happened tomorrow and your kids were the one holding the mic? What would they say about you? Would they talk about your discipline, your leadership, your love, or would they only talk about your absence? Would they remember the way you showed up, or would they remember the way you stayed distant? Today's episode is not about death, it's about legacy. Because the truth is, you're building one right now with every decision, every word, every moment. And if you're not intentional about it, you'll leave behind a name, but not a memory worth carrying. By the end of this episode, you'll walk away with a clear definition of legacy, and it has nothing to do with money. The mindset shifts you need to start building legacy in your home, the habits that strengthen or sabotage how you'll be remembered, and the personal story that changed how I led my family forever. Because legacy isn't a mystery. It's not reserved for rich men or celebrities. Legacy is what your kids whisper about you when you're not in the room. Let's talk about the man you're becoming and how they'll talk about you when you're gone. Here's what most of us were taught. Leave your kids some money, get some land, make sure they'll never struggle the way you did. Now I'm all for setting up your family financially. It's a part of the overall package. That's just the way it is. But let's be real. If you leave your kids money, but no wisdom, they'll inherit your resources and also repeat your mistakes. If all you pass down is property, but no presence, they'll have things, but not roots. Real legacy is who your children become because of who you were, not just what you bought, but what you built inside of them. Legacy is the habits they'll form, the way they'll treat others, how they lead their homes, the standards they carry, the wounds they didn't inherit because you healed them first. Listen, I beg you to fix your crap before it ruins your children. They never asked for it. They don't deserve it. Your traumas are for you to go fix. That's a part of life, but you need to fix it. Break the cycle. You can be the one to do that. You are capable of that. That's the part that most men are missing. Let me be real with you. When my time here is done, I don't want my kids to say that I was perfect. I want them to say that I was present. I want them to say that my father was a man of structure. He meant what he said. He taught me what self-control looks like. He didn't run from hard conversations. He showed me how to lead a family and not just provide for one. I want them to remember that I made time, that I showed up, that I taught with actions, not just with lectures, that I built trust, not fear. Because if my voice disappears tomorrow, I want my principles to keep talking. I want my daughter to know what it looks like when a man is gentle, protective, and respectful. I want my sons to know how to stand tall without raising their voices. I want them to remember not what I preached, but what I practiced. And that's what I want for you too. Let's redefine it. Legacy is the leadership that lives beyond you. It's the way your children speak about you, emulate you, carry your last name, honor your decisions, heal from your examples. It's not just what you've accomplished. It's about how your character echoes into the next generation. Hey guys, it's Damien. I just want to hop in real quick. If this message resonate with you, then you're not going to want to miss the next one. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel right now. While you're at it, just hit that notification bell so you never miss an upcoming episode. All right, now let's get back into it. Here's how you know you're building a legacy. When you don't have to be in the room for your values to be honored. When your family is guided by your example, but not just your instructions. When your discipline speaks louder than your emotions ever did. That's when you know you're living for something bigger than comfort. That's when you know your presence has weight. Let's be clear. Legacy isn't built in one moment. It's built in millions of small ones. It's built when you discipline your children calmly instead of with violence. You listen without cutting someone off. You take ownership after messing up. You hold your ground on your values even when it's not popular. You say no to what threatens your peace. You choose your family over pride. You're not going to build a legendary household in one afternoon, but every decision you make today is either confirming your character or compromising it. And your children, they are watching. They may not repeat your words, but they will repeat your ways. I remember a moment that legacy hit me. It wasn't during a big milestone. It wasn't a job. It wasn't when I was working. It was when my 11-year-old son came to me one day and he said, "Dad, I appreciate everything you do for me. And I promise when I get older, I'll pay you back everything." I looked at him and said, "Son, you never have to give me a dollar ever in your life. I want you to grow up to be a respectable young man, to carry this last name with honor, to be a pillar of what a man looks like. I want you to grow up and make me proud. I want you to grow up and make your family proud." And that was a simple thing, but it hit me like a train. Not because of what he said, but because of how he said it. That little moment told me that my family doesn't need me to be extraordinary. They need me to be present. They need to feel protected. They need to feel heard. They need to feel seen. My job isn't to be perfect. It's to be available, structured, stable, so they never have to wonder if I love them. And that legacy is one that I'm chasing right now. One where they feel my leadership long after I'm gone. You don't need a trust fund to build a legacy. You need vision. You need discipline. You need consistency. You need self-awareness. Here's where you start. Number one, define who you want to be remembered as. What 3 words would you want your children to use when they describe you? Write them down. Now, reverse engineer them into your behavior. What does that mean? Start being the person those words describe every day in and day out. Number 2, check your habits. What do your daily actions say about you? Are you building habits that align with your values or conflict with them? Be exactly who you say you want to be. Number 3, audit your reactions. How do people respond to you under pressure? Because your reactions teach more than your rules ever will. They watch everything, your children. Number 4, pour into your children. Tell them what you've learned. Tell them where you messed up and model humility. And this puts out growth. Be the blueprint, not the barrier. Tell them some of your old war stories, even the ones that you're not proud of. Let them in to see who you really are, not just the polished version of you. Number 5, lead with presence, not perfection. You're not going to get everything right, but you can always choose to show up with intention. So let me ask you again, what will they say about you when you're gone? Will they say you were always working, always unavailable, always stressed? Or will they say you were steady, safe, wise, intentional, respected? Your legacy isn't a future plan. It's a present practice. Start today, because one day your voice will go silent. But if you do this right now, your leadership will speak forever.